Hi guys, it's like Disney's here. So today is April the 14th. We are getting closer and closer to my May trip. As you guys can kind of see, I only have food on my shelves. I'm actually in the process of trying to pack up some of my stuff and take it home so I don't have that much stuff to carry home with me on my last day. So guys, I have finalized all my ADRs. Finally. I have finished my, let me close this window. It's loud outside. Okay. So, there we go, much better. So, I have finalized my ADRs, hopefully, once again, and have finished my day-by-day itinerary. And yeah, I wanted to go over though with you guys all the places we have decided to eat for our trip and what I plan to order at those restaurants. So you guys can leave me any comments or suggestions or any horror stories about any place. Okay, so let's start off with the first day. The first day we are going to have lunch at T-Rex Cafe in Disney Springs. This was not my choice. This is my sister's choice, Taylor. She really likes this restaurant. She loves like the Rainforest Cafe restaurants. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, I can get Rainforest Cafe at home, but I mean, I need to let her pick some places to eat at for the trip. So she went with T-Rex for the first day. I plan on just getting the chicken quesadilla that they have on the appetizer menu because I'm not trying to stuff myself severely on the first day because I know I'm going to be having a lot of table services while on this trip, so I'm not trying to be overfull on the first day. And then for dinner, I'll be having just the quick service meal at Peekaboo, which is located at the Dolphin. If you guys ever get the chance, they have like really delicious hot wings there that are like the best hot wings I've had on property. They're really yummy. It's quick service, so I'm gonna get those to bring back to my room after we hit the parks after Disney Springs. So we're going to Disney Springs, eating at T-Rex, hitting the parks. Then I'm gonna get Peekaboo, or I'm gonna have my parents get Peekaboo for me actually because we won't be back in time. Peekaboo actually stopped serving their hot food I think at like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. They are 24 hours though, but they only serve hot foods for like breakfast starting at like 6 a.m. to like 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So if you do want to try the hot wings or any of their hot menu items, you want to just make sure that you get there before those times or in between those times. Yeah, so then that's where we're eating on the first day. The next day we're going to be at Animal Kingdom. I've never eaten at Yak and Yeti, so we're trying it this time. I plan on trying the sweet and sour chicken. That looks good. And then the fried wontons, which I've heard great reviews about, so I'm going to try those out for my dessert. I think it'll be cool atmosphere. I haven't really eaten at any of the Animal Kingdom restaurants. I've eaten at the Rainforest Cafe, which I'm still not, I can't remember if it's inside the park or outside the park, but it's just another Rainforest Cafe. So I'm excited to try Yak and Yeti, something we don't have back at home. And I've never eaten at Tusker House either. So I'm definitely trying to, these next two trips, trying to try the Animal Kingdom restaurants. I'm really looking forward to Tiffin, the signature restaurant that's coming out. I hope that's open by December so we can try that out for the December trip. And that night we have a dinner reservation at Disney Springs at the Boathouse. I was originally supposed to eat at the Boathouse the last time, but because of the busy park days, I didn't schedule any time for Disney Springs to go eat there. We ate most of our meals at the parks or at restaurants that were near the parks and other resorts. So going to Disney Springs kind of was out of the way. So we are eating at the Boathouse. I'm going to try the fish tacos and their truffle fries, which looked really yummy. I'm trying to have an equal balance of different types of proteins on this trip. So I'm not just eating like all red meat or something. I'm still debating if I'm going to get dessert there. If I do, I'm not going to get the baked Alaska. I'd probably get like the key lime pie in the cute little mason jars. That's what I really want to try. Oh, that's a tip I was going to give you guys. So originally we were supposed to have dinner at the boathouse at 8:30, but once I made my itinerary, I realized we'll probably be done way before then. So I gave us like even time to go back to the rooms and change into like not a super nice outfit, but you know, out of our park clothes and into like a sundress or something. So I gave us enough time to do that. And then here's my suggestion for you. So if Disney tells you that that restaurant doesn't have hours available for when you're looking, go to Open Table and see if the restaurant's on there. If the restaurant is, then most likely they have a lot of other times. Like I went on there and Disney said that the Boathouse, the only time I could go eat at was 8 o'clock. I went to Open Table and they had like times from 5 to like 10. So there's another way to get a reservation without using the Disney system, because some of the restaurants I know in not downtown Disney Springs now, do offer that option. Like Raglan Road, I know is another option. Like if they say Raglan Road doesn't have a reservation time, then go onto Open Table and make a reservation through there. Open Table is a great way to make reservations. I've used it in other cities, like in my hometown, and I've also used it like traveling, like in Chicago. I've used Open Table as well. They do grant those reservations, so it's a great tool to look into. Okay. So that takes care of our second day. The third day, we will be eating lunch at Bongos, the Gloria Estefan restaurant. It's getting mixed reviews. I just plan on getting the Cuban sandwich while I'm there to try it out. The only problem with me with Bongos, it's like my parents wanted to eat at Bongos, so that's why I put it on there, but it's a little difficult. I've realized by using our Laughing Places travel was I think it's called the Travel Wizard. If you guys ever want to like see how long it's going to take to get from park to park, or to find out how to get from park to park or from one park to another resort, with the times, I definitely recommend our Laughing Places Travel Wizard. It's a very great tool. So I used it and I was like, oh, okay, so I can get to downtown Disney Springs from Epcot easily and just take the bus. Wrong! You cannot do that. So I have to first take the bus to Port Orleans French Quarter and then take the boat to downtown Disney, or take the bus to Saratoga Springs and walk to downtown Disney. Haven't decided yet. It's probably going to be whichever bus shows up is what I'm going to go with, in all honesty. I don't plan on taking any Ubers. I took Ubers last time I was in Orlando, which I felt safe about, but then after all these other things have come out in the news and everything with Uber system, I'm going to stay away from some Ubers. And the taxi systems are expensive. So I'm going to do the old-fashioned Disney bus system. Reliable, trustworthy, love the Disney bus system. So that's what we're going to do. It's not like we're going to be in a rush. Like Epcot that morning, we're only doing Ellen's Energy Adventure. So if we get there at 9, Ellen's Energy Adventure, Turtle Talk with Crush, and the Seasons Name on Friends. So it's 3 rides. If I have to cut Ellen's and do it on another day, because I know that's like a 37-minute ride, then we'll do that. But I think if we leave the park at like by 11, we should be able to make our reservation. And Bongos isn't like a high top ADR, so I'm pretty sure if I got there like 15 minutes late, they would still get me in. Comment if you think different, or if you know something that I need to be like on time, let me know. Alright, so that is our lunch for the third day. Dinner for the third day, let me check that out. Because I changed everything, like I had everything down packed, but then I had to change the ADR, then I changed another ADR, so I kind of threw everything off. So I finally like have gotten it set in stone. I told you guys, like, there's another video I haven't posted yet. Like, I'm that person, the last 2 Disney trips in 2014 and 15, when I learned about the whole ADR system, it was like fun for me. So like literally every week I could have a whole new selection of ADRs. Like I honestly was changing ADRs 1 week in advance from my trip. So this time I said, oh, I'm not going to do that. Wrong. Here we are the month before the trip and I'm changing ADRs. So goes to show you, some things never change. Okay, so dinner that night we are going to be eating at the Cabana. So the Cabana I discovered on my 2014 trip when I stayed at the Swan and Dolphin. It's technically a table service restaurant by the pool at the Swan and Dolphin. It's like really nice. They have like a seated area with fans, or you can sit outside, but there's still shade. Why does my nose always act up when I get on these things? Okay, so it's right between the Swan and Dolphin, located at their pool section. Things are usually like $20 and under. It is a table service, so you will have a waitress or a waiter. I enjoyed it. I had a flatbread last time that was really good. My boyfriend had the fish sandwich, which I'm probably going to get this time. Is really yummy. I recommend it. It's a nice way, like if you want to walk from Hollywood Studios to there, it's only going to take you 15 minutes if you want to try it out. Even for like a midday lunch. They do close at 8, so if you're planning on having like an earlier dinner, I definitely try it out. Try to be there by like 6. So yeah, that's where we're eating that night. I'm looking forward to it. It was really good the last time. And it's not a place that everybody's like trying to get an ADR to, so they definitely will take, walk-ups and things like that. The last time I ate there was the last day of my trip in 2014, and we didn't have a reservation. We just, walked up. It was really nice. Okay, so eating at the Cabana that day. All right, May 14th. Ugh. Okay, May 14th. This is the day that I am meeting Kylo Ren in the morning, and we're riding Toy Story Midway Mania. We are going on store tours and seeing Voyage of the Little Mermaid after lunch. So our lunch is at SciFi Dining Theater. In all honesty, I hate SciFi Dining Theater. Not hate. I love the atmosphere, but the food last time was terrible. I got the Reuben sandwich and they like burnt the freaking bread. It was like hard. I should have sent it back, but I didn't. But this time I'm gonna give it another chance, and hopefully they don't mess up my sandwich. My sister, once again, this is her pick. She really wanted to eat here, and so I was like, okay. She's always wanted to eat here since she was like younger, so I was like, all right, we're gonna eat here. Hopefully they don't disappoint me this time. The service wasn't that great either last time, so I'm hoping that it's a turnaround. Hoping. I will say that their homemade candy bar or homemade chocolate bar is really good. I definitely recommend that as your dessert. Okay, so that is where we are eating on, what is that, the fourth day? No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. And then dinner, we will be going back to the Swan and Dolphin. We'll be having dinner at Garden Grove, which is located on the Swan portion of the resort. It's really cool because we're going during their Friday, Saturday. They have Fridays and Saturday. They have their seafood sensation buffet, so that's what we're going for. And you also get to meet some of the Disney characters like Goofy, Max, Chip and Dale. Pretty sure we're already meeting Chip and Dale again already during this trip, but we'll meet them again. It'll be a fun time. I always have a great time. I love the food here. I love their dessert bar. I even love the kid portion of the buffet because who doesn't love mini corn dogs at Disney and their macaroni and cheese? Just saying. I love it. So I'm going to be at the kiddie part of the buffet too. But they have like prime rib, they have shrimp, they have different salads and pastas. So it's pretty standard Disney buffet. And they have the characters there for you to meet as well. So we usually do Garden Grove every trip. The only trip I haven't done it is last year. I did Garden Grove in 2008, 2010, 2010, 2014, and then this will be 2016. I'll be going again. So I like Garden Grove. Oh, they also really have a really good breakfast buffet too, if you want to do breakfast there. But there's no characters on the breakfast buffet, I believe, unless you go on the weekends. Okay, that was in Garden Grove. That was the 4th day. So now we're moving to the 5th day. The 5th day, we are... The 5th day, we are going to be at the Fresh Mediterranean Marketplace for breakfast. They also have a breakfast buffet. This is at, I want to say the Dolphin. Yeah, the Dolphin side of the resort. They are more healthy, so you can find like your egg white omelets there and your fresh juices. But they have a wide variety. They also have, you know, your waffles and your omelets and your pancakes and your bacon. So I definitely, it's off the beaten path. I have never personally eaten there, but I've heard great reviews about it. It's at our resort, so we're going to definitely try it out. We're trying out a lot of the restaurants that are signature at our resort. So I will definitely leave a review on there because a lot of people, I haven't found many reviews on it. So I'll definitely review that for you guys as well when I get back from my trip. But we're going to have the breakfast buffet before we head off to Epcot. This day is the only day we're going to only one park. So we're going to hit all the like rides I have the fast passes for, like Test Track. We're going to go on Mission Space, Spaceship Earth. Spending the whole day at Epcot basically. And then for dinner we're going to Garden Grill, which was my dad's pick. I ate there last year in 2015 when we went to Epcot, and the food was delicious. I'm looking forward to eating the food again. It just makes you really tired. I honestly had to go back to my room and take a nap last time because it really does stuff you. They give you, it's all you care to eat. They have the bread, they have the salad, they have the 3 types of meat, they have the mashed potatoes, sweet potato fries, macaroni and cheese, broccoli. Then they even have a fruit dessert. I think this year it's a strawberry type of shortcake type thing. Last year it was a cobbler, like a berry cobbler. So I'm definitely about to be stuffed after that. That's why I made it for later in the day, later in the day ADR, because we are having that breakfast buffet too in the morning. So that should last us all day, and then we'll be ready to eat after we had all the rides at Epcot. Okay. So the second to last day, we are having lunch at Be Our Guest. Once again, I'm trying this restaurant out for my sister. I ate at Be Our Guest when it was super popular and hard to get a reservation. I was so upset because 180 days out, I couldn't get my reservation. I was like, that's the only place I wanted to eat. I was so upset. So I checked it every single day. And finally, there was a 7:30 ADR that opened. I grabbed it and I was so excited, and I felt bad because when I got there, there's like little girls crying because their parents didn't make them ADRs. They were trying to get in. They were fully booked. I felt bad, but I was like, yay, I get to try out Be Our Guest, you know? Tried out Be Our Guest. I hated Be Our Guest. That was like the biggest disappointment of my whole entire trip. The food was not good. Like, my boyfriend had the French onion soup. The French onion soup was good. I ordered like the pork something with macaroni and cheese and green beans. The pork was like, ugh, I don't even know what that was. I basically ate the macaroni and cheese and the green beans. The service was good, but it took a long time. It took so long that my dessert was free. The Beast gave me my gray stuffed tart on the house because of the long service wait. So, needless to say, that was a big disappointment. I actually took my dessert back to my room because it took so long. So I'm trying it out again this time for my sister so she can experience eating in a castle. More for the atmosphere. Plus, I think it should be better, hopefully, with it being quick service. I can order my stuff in advance. And I don't think it'll take that long, hopefully. comment if you know differently so I can be prepared and not have my hopes up again. Because honestly, I was so upset. Like, that was the biggest letdown of my entire trip was Be Our Guest. They hyped it up and let me down. Alright, so then that night we're heading over to Tepanido, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm really looking forward to it because I have never been to a place like Benihana, so I'm going to have my first like experience at Disney. So it's gonna be awesome sauce. I'm really looking forward to it. My friend recommended it to me. She said she really enjoyed it. So I'll be getting the chicken and maybe the shrimp, or chicken and maybe the steak. I haven't decided yet. But it looks really good. It looks like it's going to be a fun time and a great way to end our last Disney day at the parks. So I'm really looking forward to that. Did I tell you what I was getting at Be Our Guest? Probably didn't tell you what I was getting at Be Our Guest. At Be Our Guest, I'm getting the vegetable quiche, the French onion soup, and the not the gray stuffed tart, the Master's cupcake, because they don't have the gray stuffed tart at lunch. I really wish they did because that was like really yummy. Okay, and then our last day we're going to be eating at the Dolphin before our flight. Before we leave for the airport, we're going to be eating at the Fountain. It's cool. I compare it to Beaches and Cream all the time because they have like, it's like a soda fountain type place. Like you have your burgers and your fries and your milkshakes and your ice cream sundaes. So probably gonna get a burger there, some cheese fries, and my milkshake, and I'll be stuffed and ready for my flight home. I definitely recommend trying out the Fountain if you've already eaten at Beaches and Cream. The Fountain's a really cool place to eat too. I like it. They also have it like, I know the restaurant portion closes, but the ice cream stand stays open longer, so you can just get it to go like shake or something if you want. And once again, it's only like a 15-minute walk from Hollywood Studios, but I guess so it is Beaches and Cream technically too. So there's like two restaurants that are very similar to each other right in the same area. And this is part of the problem. I had to try to figure out where I was going to fit this restaurant in because we were eating at SciFi Dine Theater, which I also compared to this because, you know, you got your burgers and your milkshakes and your fries. But definitely, guys, leave me some comments about your experiences at any of these restaurants, especially if they've been lately, so I know. The whole reason that my ADRs got all switched up was because I really wanted to eat at Tony's Town Square because I've always like wanted to eat there, right? And then the first year in 2014, I read all these bad reviews. And so I was like, okay, Mama Melrose. Everybody says go to Mama Melrose. I see why. I had the most delicious steak at Mama Melrose's ever. Last year, still bad reviews. I wanted to eat there, bad reviews. So where did we end up? We went back to Mama Melrose's. So then I changed our reservation from Tony's Town Square to Two Italia. Then I realized not everybody in my party might like that type of food. Like that's like really Italian, which I would like, but I'm not sure if everybody else would like. And I was concerned about the portion size with the price. So I ended up changing it to Bongos because my parents wanted to eat there. And I noticed at Bongos during lunch they have like, because I wasn't going to go to Bongos because of all the like entrees they have for dinner. But I saw that the lunch menu had like the Cuban sandwich, which I care for, and then they also have burgers for people who don't like the Cuban sandwiches or anything else that's on the menu. So definitely when you're planning for a bigger group, you have to take in everybody's consideration into account, which is going to be very fun because for the December trip, we have 11 people going. So you definitely have to take everybody's opinion into consideration when you're making your ADRs and you're deciding where to eat for your Disney trip. But Disney is very accommodating and there's lots of different options. I do recommend you guys do the 180s if you guys have not done ADRs before, the 180s in advance, because they're lots of fun to do, waking up at being up at like 5:50 in the morning so you can make your reservations by 6 so you don't have to call Disney. That and planning for them is really fun. But also you get to experience all these restaurants, the good, the bad, the ugly, the delicious. So it's all part of the planning process. But definitely drop me any comments. Follow me at It's Like Disney on Instagram. And follow my hashtags, It's Like Disney 16. And you can look at my old hashtags, It's Like Disney 15, It's Like Disney 14. But I hope you guys all have a magical day. I hope I didn't bore you. But Disney dining is definitely one of my favorite parts of the trip. So definitely, guys, leave me a comment. Alright, bye, guys.